thank you so much. That's so sweet of you to say, and I'm so glad that you resonated with what I said, because that's all I want to do is find people that I can relate to and that are like-minded in that sense and understand where I'm coming from. But I think, I don't really have any questions in particular that I wish people would ask at this moment. If I think of some, I will definitely let you guys know them and then I'll answer them for y'all. But I do think, I wish people asked more about if, I'm happy with my, relationship space versus if I have all of the things in a relationship that we as society expect, or if I'm happy with my career versus if I'm living on my own and all that kind of stuff. If I'm happy with this kind of stuff, and how's my anxiety? Because I feel like we forget a lot about mental health nowadays. I feel like we're in this area of life where we're trying to bring awareness to it, but we also kind of forget about it from time to time. And I feel like that can be good or bad, because if you forget about it in a sense, then it's normalizing it, but at the same time, if you forget about it, then you're not acknowledging it. And my anxiety, I feel like, was something that, while has been featured in all of the social media aspects, all of the being out there, whether it's on a show or an interview or anything like that, I feel like it has been shown, but I don't think anyone's really dived deeply into it. I feel like we've always just kind of brushed over it and more focused on my physical disability versus my anxiety and why it happens, what triggers it. So I feel like within my mental health, there hasn't been a lot of questions, which is, like I said, good and bad. It depends on how you take it. But I definitely think when you look at the questions I get asked, it's more, can I have a baby? Do I work correctly? What's wrong with me? Where's your boyfriend kind of situations. It's mostly romantic, it's mostly medical, and it's not mostly about my mental health or who I am as a person and whether I'm happy with who I am as a person. Because I am happy with who I am as a person, and I would love to talk about that kind of stuff with y'all, but it does predominantly gear towards my fertility, puberty, medical backstory, and my relationship status, which is somewhat due to the fact that I am female. If I was male, I do know that these questions wouldn't be asked as often. I have male friends with pituitary dwarfism, and they have said they do not get asked these questions as often, if at all. So it does have to do with the fact that I am female, but it also has to do with the fact that with social media, society stops humanizing us as much, and we focus on what we want to know, which is great, but we don't come at it like you're a human. We come at it like you are here to give me an answer, and that is it. I don't know if this is exactly what you were looking for. I don't know if this is going to come off brash or anything, but that's my thoughts on it. I support and love everyone who supports me, and I think we're all amazing beings, but I think at the same time we do, as social media society, dehumanize people on social media, and I think that we should stop. We have to remember that a lot of these people do go through things. We all go through things, and sometimes these questions we're sensitive to. My fertility questions, my relationship status, it's not that I'm sensitive to it because I don't feel 100% where I am with it. It's because it's an uncomfortable topic, and I don't want to have to always talk about it. And unfortunately, a lot of my Q&A questions do gear towards my fertility, which I will answer in time. It's just, I have to be ready for that, and I have to be ready for the response I'm going to get. Because it's not as much if I'm ready, it's if I'm ready to deal with the criticism, the responses, the support, all of it that comes with just posting it. So there's a lot more thought that goes into my posts than I think people would think. And a lot of it is prevented by my anxiety. So I feel like we should ask a little more about, like, me as a person, not me as my disability. I am me. I am not my disability.